I appreciate you guys that do sit around and listen to me read this, because my memory and my brain issues have been getting worse. I go through periods of stuttering and not remembering my words, and so I appreciate all of you that do sit here, and even if I'm mispronouncing words, which after I do read and I know that I struggled with the word, I go back and I try to repronounce it or whatever, and look it up if I don't know what it is. But it means a lot to me, even if sometimes, again, if I read too fast or too slow or mispronouncing words, I'm trying. It took me a lot of courage to even, it's one thing to go live and hang out with you guys on a daily, but it's another thing to sit here in complete silence with no one around, no one in your ear, but you know you're being watched and you're in a vulnerable state. So reading out loud, it can actually is times of so on that note, let me dig in. I love you, handsome. Thank you, and I appreciate you, and I'm thankful for that you're here. Slick, thank you for tapping that screen. All right, we're digging in. Oh, I'm trying to turn this down. Okay, so Neverland. The beach sand was crunchy and perfectly golden, like in winter Londonier's wildest imagination. Wendy walked inland, watching her feet, her toes curling and spreading into the sensational granules. Halfway to where the shore met the jungle was a perfectly picturesque shipwreck. She clambered up it, holding on to the helpfully curvy trunk of a palm tree for balance. With a hand to her forehead, Wendy surveyed her new kingdom. She was perched at what she was obviously the edge of a cove. Peg Leg Point, just to the south of the west of her. Despite its scurriest reputation, the place looked downright pleasant. Tiny waves of sparkling aquamarine lapped at the edges and were probably delightful to splash in. Out of sight, to the northeast lay Mermaid Lagoon. Off the shore beyond that would be the Nerfus Skull Rock, riddled with caves where pirates hid their loot. Emptying into the cove was Crocodile Creek, a wide, sparkling rivulet whose source was somewhere in the Black Dragon Mountains. Michael had named them. These were a wild range in the center of the island that grew bleaker and spiker to the northern, or Hyperbourne shore. John had named that. While the closer peaks were green and clear, the farther ones were gray and shrouded in mist and mystery. And if one followed Crocodile Creek toward these mountains through the Panaris Forest and Quinset Jungle, both John's touch, one eventually came to the Hangman's Tree, hideout for the Lost Boys. But in the very northwesternmost part of the island, there was, Wendy frowned. She couldn't remember, or she had never described it, or had never dreamed it. Or maybe she had, and then she had forgotten it. There was something there, but it was like it was wiped from her memory completely. Or maybe the reverse. Maybe it was the unimagined yet, and therefore unexplored. The sun was a brilliant lemon yellow, the sky a bracing blue. The sea wind whipped Wendy's hair into the oblong jig. Her adventure was beginning. Her quest to find Peter Pan to save Neverland. But truth be told, while she was living the adventure, it didn't feel like one. It felt horrible. Not at all like the story she made up. Neverland was supposed to be actually dangerous. Neverland wasn't supposed to have murderous grown-ups in it. Pirates shooting at each other seemed awfully funny in the context of a bedtime tale, but the blood on the deck had been thick and ugly, and she could still hear the way his head had hit the planks. Pirates attacking ladies had never been part of her story. And neither was laundry. And that poor pirate, she whispered. Zane. What was his story? I didn't make it up. What did he mean he was trapped? Neverland was not as simple or as innocent as it had seemed. Wendy would have to stay on her toes whilst there, but everything looked just as bright and sunny and perfect as ever. Her shadow was as black and strong against the sand as a child's drawing. And, wait, was the shadow crossing her arms? Wendy looked at her own arms, which were first at her side, and then snapped to her chest in surprise. Her shadow still kept her arms crossed, and was now shaking her head as if to chastise. Then she flexed her hand and curled it into a menacing hook. Shadow puppets without the puppets. There was no doubt at all what she was trying to say. She was upset that what Wendy had done, selling Peter's shadow. Of course, Shadow. Wendy was worried about Shadow, Peter Pan. Here she was, simply free to express it. He didn't want his shadow, Wendy muttered to herself, and her shadow for the 1,000th time. She still didn't believe it. Wendy took a deep breath and straightened her shoulders. Whatever, it was done. She had already dealt with some of the results of her actions and would now see to righting the additional wrong she had created as a result. She should go find Peter. She would save Neverland. And if he was angry with her for what she had done, well, she would deal with it and accept it as fair punishment for her actions. She hopped off of the shipwreck and wandered toward the greenery at the edge of the cove, trying not to notice or hope that her shadow was coming along and behaving, trying to keep her eyes on the jungle ahead. A strange structure untangled itself out of the black ground like a hallucination. Not part of the natural landscape. It was funny shaped. Almost cervical, green pod-like thing woven from living branches of trees and vines. A trellis of flowers hung down over the opening that served as a door. Wendy was so delighted, tears sprang to her eyes. It was her imaginary house. They all had them. Michael wanted his to be like a ship with views of the sea. John had wanted to live like a nomad on the steeps. And Wendy had wanted something that was part of the natural world itself. She tentatively stepped forward, almost swooming at the heavy scent of the door flowers. Languorously lighting on them were a few scissor flies, silver and almost perfectly translucent in the glittery sunlight. Their sharp wings made like little snickety noises as they fluttered off. Her shadow made a few half-hearted attempts to drag back, pointing to the jungle. But Wendy ignored her, stepping into the hut. She was immediately knocked over by a mad, barking thing that leapt at her from the darkness of the shelter. "Luna!" Wendy cried in joy. The wolf pup, which she had rescued in one of her earlier stories, stood triumphantly on her chest, drooling very viciously. Very Stinky Dog spit onto her face. "Oh, Luna, you're real!" Wendy hugged the gray and white pup as tightly as she could, and it didn't let out a single protest yelp. "Although, you're a bit bigger than I imagined," Wendy said, thoughtfully sitting up. "I thought you were a puppy." Indeed, the wolf was approaching formidable size, although she was obviously not yet quite full grown and still had large puppy paws. She was at least 4 stone, and her coat was thick and fluffy. Yet she pranced back and forth like a child, not circling with the sly lope Wendy imagined adult wolves had. "You're not a stupid little lapdog, are you?" Wendy whispered, nuzzling her face into the wolf's fur. Luna shuffled happily and gave her a big, wet, sloppy lick across the cheek. "Let's see what's inside the house." As the cool interior embraced her, she felt a strange shudder of relief. And welcome was the only way she could describe it. She was home. The interior was small and cozy. Plaited, sweet-smelling rush mats softened the floor. The rounded walls made shelves difficult, so macrame ropes hung from the ceiling, cradling half logs or flat stones that displayed pretty pebbles, several beautiful eggs, and what looked like a teacup that made from a coconut. A lantern assembled from the translucent pearly shells sat atop a real cherry writing desk, intricately carved and entirely out of place with the rest of the interior. Wendy picked up one of the pretty pebbles in wonder, turning it this way and that before putting it in her pocket. "This is me," she breathed. She had never been there before, but it felt so secure and so right that it couldn't have been anything but her home. Her real home. Here, there was no slight tension of her back as she waited for footsteps to intrude, for reality to wake her from her dreams. There was nothing here to remind her of previous days, sad or happy ones. There were no windows looking out at the gray world of London. There was just peace, and the scent of the mats and the quiet droning of insects and the waves outside. Neverland is a mishmash of us, of me, she said slowly. Is what we imagine and dream of, including the dreams we can't quite remember. What an odd thought. Zane was right. It is an island that knows me better than I know myself. She could easily envision herself falling asleep on the scented mats. Adventuring was exhausting work. But she went back outside instead. Luna leaped beside her. In the bright sunlight, her shadow reappeared, jumping and waving her arms and trying to pull herself away from Wendy again. "We are going after Peter Pan, I promise." We certainly need him against Hook and whatever he has planned, but I really don't know where to even begin looking for him. I suppose we'll just start in that direction. And with that, she strode resolutely ahead, Luna leaping beside her. If she had snuck a look, she might have seen her shadow wag her head back and forth as if making fun of her, then snap back to aping her mistress's movements, if a little slower and more reluctantly than they were actually performed. Large leaf plants at the edge of the jungle reflected the sun rather than soaking it up, their dark green surfaces sparkling white in the sunlight. Some of the smaller ones had literally low-hanging fruit, like jewels from a fairy tale. Behind them was an extremely inviting path into the jungle, with giant white shells for stepping stones. And rather than the muggy, disease-filled forest of books that seemed to kill so many explorers, here the air was cool and pleasant, and not too moist. Although Wendy could hear the distant tinkle of water splashing from a height. Ooh, is that Tonal Springs or Diamond Falls? Wendy wondered breathlessly. Luna, let's go see. She made herself not race ahead down the path, but moved at a leisurely measured pace, like an adventuress sure of herself but worried of her surroundings. And yet, as she wouldn't realize until later, she hadn't thought to grab her stockings or shoes. Those got left in her hut without even a simple goodbye. Everywhere she looked, Wendy found another wonder of Neverland. From the slow cam of snails to the gently nodding heads of the fertility lilies. She smiled, imagining John as he peered over his glasses, and the snail faded away into the background, in fear. Or Michael getting his nose covered in honey-scented lily pollen as he enthusiastically sniffled the pretty flowers. The path continued, winding around a boulder into a delightful little clearing. Sandy, but padded here and there with tuffets of emerald green grass and clumps of purple. Orchards. It was like a desert island version of a perfect English meadow. Oh, Luna, isn't it beautiful? Let's go see. With the loud snap of a horse rider's crop, a white vine whipped out across the path at her ankles. Oh, she cried, stumbling forward, but she didn't fall. Another vine shot out across her chest. She bounced jarringly into and then off of it. This one, too, was ugly in a poisonous way, but also slightly sticky. Her dress got caught and so did her throat, already bruised from the impact. Another vine whipped behind her so she couldn't fall backward, couldn't escape. What the deuce? She cried, pulling at the vines. They were tough but stretchy and gave rather than broke under her hands. More of them, slowly now, like they had all the time in the world, coiled around her wrists and ankles. Their vicious sap itched and burned where she struggled, and it was unhealthy scarlet color. No grown-ups allowed! Out of the clearing stepped the speaker of these words. A strange little fellow indeed. He was short and fat, and as clear and crystalline as a blob of molten glass. His head was misshapen, oval on top of his body. A peaked crystal hat sat on his head, and he held a sharp shard of a spear. The only color on him at all was his eyes, strange and tan, like two butterscotch candies pressed into the face of a snowman. "What?" Wendy asked indigently, trying to understand the harsh words from the otherwise almost adorable figure. "No grown-ups allowed." He turned to her face, but not like a normal person, more like a cross between an owl and some sort of hideous broken toy. His body didn't move. Instead, his head spun, smoothly and slowly, and farther than it should have, until his pupils' eyes locked on hers. Probably, it was hard to tell what he was looking at. "I am not a grown-up," Wendy sputtered. "Let me through." "You are 16, the guard said tonelessly. "The time of parties and balls and weddings and husbands has commenced." "It has not commenced," Wendy said with great dignity. "I am here in Neverland, aren't I?" The creature's button eyes didn't move at all, somehow darkened. "You should not be here in Neverland. No grown-ups. No fun killers. No bringers of pain and boredom. Get out." Wendy blinked at the ferocity of this ridiculous, strange, terrifying little thing. It leaned forward, bringing the tip of its spear precariously close to her stomach. Where on earth had it come from? She had never invented any such monster. True, adults didn't figure in her stories of Neverland except as incidental characters. Pirates, and their ilk, villains, and foils. Neverland was supposed to be an island of endless fun for children, like her, and Michael, and John. But she had never said anything specifically about prohibiting grown-ups or threatening them with spears. "You make the days long. You make the food terrible. You make us go to school." Wendy caught her breath in shock, recognizing the tirade. Michael? Michael had horrifyingly once told his own father that he hated him, actually hated him, for making him go to school, where the seats were hard and the lessons worse, and for forcing him to eat their mashed peas. Also, now that she thought about it, the shape of the little creature wasn't unlike something Michael had made out of mud once. "Puppin," he called it. Yes, this whole scenario felt a bit like Michael. Now that she thought about it, a crazed, all-powerful Michael. "Now, you listen to me," Wendy began in her best adult voice, as if she were speaking to Michael. "Bad choice. No more listening." The thing screeched madly, pushing itself as high and far into Wendy's face as it could. "You go away now, forever, to Forever Plague." It reached back its arms to hurl the little spear, but Luna had enough. She threw herself at the horrid thing. Her claws made little tingling noises as they scraped harmlessly against the crystalline surface. Her teeth slipped from the creature's neck. Unable to get a good hold or sink into the real flesh. While the creature was distracted by this, Wendy took the opportunity to try to free herself. She rocked back and forth as hard as she could against the vines, pushing her arms and legs out as far as they would go. The tendrils gave just enough for her to be able to slip her right hand out. She immediately reached into her pocket and grabbed the stone she had taken from her hut. Summoning as much boy-chuckling rocks in a fountain as she could, Wendy hurled it in full force at the creature's laborious crystalline stomach. There was a very satisfying crack. As soon as the tip of the rock hit its skin, giant ragged cracks appeared from the impact point. These rapidly windowed out through the rest of its body, growing like Jack Frost on a window pane, but much, much faster. The thing's mouth hung open, and dropped its spear. As the fracture spread, it waved its arms back and forth helplessly, like a puppet or a wind-up toy. When the cracks reached its head and became so numerous that its body was almost opaque, the thing exploded. Its glittering bits hurled themselves every which way through the dappled sunlight in a beautiful wave of tinkles and pings. One might expect to hear from baby angels playing harps. Wendy flinched and covered her face. Where a shard hit her skin, it immediately melted, running down to the ground with little droplets of her own blood. "Well," she said, uncertainly. Luna jumped back and forth over the things rapidly. Disappearing body, barking, last warnings, and triumph. "Goodness," Wendy added. She let herself experience one more moment of shock and forced herself to focus and work at pulling away the vines. They were unpleasant to touch, and sticky, and itchy, but actually not that hard to wrestle out of now that she had one hand free and no distractions. In fact, they were strangely like a pair of her mother's hose the three children had once gotten into a massive amount of troubles for using to tie up Michael when she was kidnapped by pirates. Same color even. Wendy said thoughtfully. Then, a little nervously, "I suppose that's the last of them," Luna barked, and it sounded like an affirmative response. But Wendy couldn't be certain. "I think it was really going to kill me," Wendy muttered, putting her hand out. The wolf immediately came over and leaned against her friend, sensing her need. Isn't it funny? There were a lot of thoughts in Wendy's head, and none of them were actually funny at all. They weren't even clear or formed thoughts, just a mismatch of feelings, misgivings, and unnamed fetal beginnings of ideas. Not a situation she was used to, possessing a quiet mess of genius with no articulation. No announcements, aphorisms, or decisions came readily to her tongue. "Isn't it funny?" she tried again. "I thought Captain Hook would be the only real villain here. I mean, the only one I would bump into because of the shadow. And here I have to run into a villain I didn't even know existed. One my brother invented as some sort of protector or savior. It's not really clear what that thing was, is it? But all my stories were perfectly clear and straightforward." She looked around at the trees and the foliage, the sky, and the ground. Things she had brushed by in quick, descriptive phrases to the boys: desert island, tropical plants, venomous but beautiful insects, were solid and more detailed than she could ever imagine. down to the tiny veins on the leaves. Apparently, Neverland got worked on when she wasn't even talking to the boys. They imagined things on their own, or at least Michael did. To a little child, the idea of no grown-ups allowed, to the point of the death, might seem reasonable. Funny, even. Time passed for the 3 siblings in London, but it didn't in Neverland. Michael's whims and fancies remained the same here while he grew up in London. And these whims, seen through older eyes, were not harmless. They were diabolical. Neverland isn't just a simple place of childhood dreams, because childhood dreams are actually never simple. Oh, I do wish I could write that down in my little notebook. Her face was suddenly constricted into a cartoonish expression of terror as she recalled a younger John. Furious at the Shebo twin who had tweaked his cheek and giggled at his hat and glasses. Girls shouldn't be allowed to talk at all, he growled at her. 2 boys, anyhow. How had the rest of the conversation gone? Had he made an exception for his sister? Had Wendy laughed and remonstrated him? More to the point, where there was some sort of horrible punishment zone for girls in Neverland, devised by the fiendishly clever but undeveloped mind of a pre-adolescent John. Luna was watching with a giant, unblinking yellow eyes as Wendy worked out all these things, far more patient than anyone Wendy had ever known. We must be on guard, she said, kissing the wolf on her nose. This place is tricky, far trickier than I ever dreamed. The dangers I expect are not the only dangers. Who knows what other horrors my little brothers dreamed up? Then again, if Neverland were as simple as my own childish fantasies, it would be no fun at all. Toffee trees and mazes easily solvable by a simple application of left, left, right, left. Where's the challenge in that? I am 16 now. Whether or not I am an adult, I should expect more. Wendy dusted off her dress. The sun moved slightly. In the sky, ideas and creatures might be eternal in Neverland, but still night came. Time still existed. Decisions had to be made. Luna pranced back and forth in front of her yellow eyes gleaming with excitement. Ready to go? But where to? The Mermaid Lagoon, obviously. Peter Pan often visited the mermaids in their stories, or in her stories. Maybe she would find him there, or get help from the friendly locals, but also mermaids. And they would be very helpful in a maritime war waged against apocalyptic pirates. And maybe along the way, Wendy could look for fairies. They were powerful little danzanines of Neverland, weren't they? Surely they could use some magic of something against Hook. Plus, fairies. And what about the Lost Boys by Hangman's Tree? Maybe she could find them first. They would know where Peter was. They would be terribly useful. How many stories had she written about their battles with the pirates? And how lovely it would be to have a visit too. All of those clever things Wendy had invented for them, like the slides down to the hideout from the hollow trees. How marvelous to see it in person, to understand how had worked out the details. Maybe Peter would even be there already. She gulped a little at the thought. Or maybe the Lost Boys later. Really, the best thing was to round up an army to defend Neverland, wasn't it? She could find Peter and apologize to him and bring him up to speed on Hook's nefarious plot later. Yes, mermaids first. And then maybe fairies. I wonder where we should go to find them. And her question was answered in true Neverland fashion, as a fairy dove headfirst into Wendy's chest. That was a long chapter. That was a long chapter. Meanwhile, on the high seas, this one's a short chapter. Captain Hook paced back and forth in his cabin, predatorily, but not at all like a wolf, more like a military commander with a motive and possibly a bad back. The angry movements and swishing clothes made the captain's quarters seem even tighter than they already were. He filled the space with his plumes, red jacket, and frustration. There was room for nothing else besides his rage. When he was interrupted, rarely, the interrupting pirate stayed outside, unable or unwilling to come in. Talk, bloody talk, and this will all be over, Hook swore to his prisoner. Just tell me where Peter Pan is. Once I have him, you can go. Pan's shadow wreathed and shrank before the captain, but didn't answer. His lower body was cinched tight with a silken cord, only a little string of shadow sticking out the bottom of the knots, possibly its toe. The rest puffed up and out like a dark genie out of a bottle. Though his arms were also stretched and tied, it squirmed and disdained itself pitifully in an attempt to get free. All the usual sorts of torture had little effect on the thing. Discarded implements were strewn across the floor as a testament to their uselessness. Knives, pincers, hot brands, tacks, though the nails... fingernails drawn across slate boards. He even had a drunk Smee play the concerta, but the terrible music had no effect on the shadow at all. It did, however, make the captain want to put his own ears out with his hook. The shadow had some presence in the real world. Otherwise, the cord wouldn't have held at all. But the rules that governed it were tricky, and well, Hook wasn't the most logical and thorough practitioner of the scientific method. He grew frustrated often, and tantrums came quick. The captain stewed, rage boiling up quietly behind his eyes and face again. And then, in the silence of his latest lull, a quiet tickling began, distant and weak. Hook's prodigious brows shot up to the top of his forehead. He dashed out of the cabin, throwing papers and chairs aside, and ran to the railing, nearly knocking a pirate overboard along the way. Tick, tick, tick. He started to let out a sigh of relief. Just some of the ringing snapping against the mast, or talk. What passed for Hook's heart almost stopped. Clenched in invisible icy fists, he staggered away from the railing, hands over his ears so he couldn't hear it anymore. tock, tick tock. No, 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 not now. It was all coming together, he cried, rushing up and down the deck in a panic. I was practically handed Peter's shadow, and once I used it to get Peter, I could blow everything the boys loves to smithereens. While he watched. It's the greatest revenge ever planned by any villain. Ever. And I'm almost there. He ran back to the comforting darkness of his cabin and threw the door violently shut behind him. We are running out of time here, he screeched at the shadow. I'm running out of time. Can you hear that? It's the vile croc coming for me, so talk, blast you. Maybe it can't talk, Smee suggested, from the corner of the room where he had waited quietly until the captain's fit had passed. Of course it can't talk, Hook swore, raising his eyebrows at his first mate's predictable stupidity. It's a shadow. But it could make a sign or write something. I gave it a bloody state before I made those dimsel noises. It didn't even bother to try. Maybe it can't write. Maybe Peter Pan can't write. Can he read? Smee asked curiously. Never seen the lad with a book or nothing. Why, that's... Hook paused. Thinking. Actually, that's a very good point, Mr. Smee. The sadly ignorant Peter Pan probably can't even write his own name, uneducated lout. So maybe he's not worth your time, Mr. Smee hazarded. Such a useless, adventurous, young, enthusiastic, utterly uneducated boy. A right simpleton. Not much of a nemesis, right? Maybe you should just forget about him, like the crew's been suggesting. Forget about all of Neverland. Just put it behind you, let go, and find us a merchant vessel or pillage a seaside town. Right now, like in the good old days. I won't let Peter get away. I won't let him escape me this time. But Captain... It's never-ending chase, Mr. Smee pointed out, as gently as a mother consoling a child chasing his own shadow. Oh, sometimes it seems like you get the best of him, but he always gets the best of you in the end, and then he slips away. Maybe it's time to let it go. Move on. Wrap up that part of your life and enjoy what's enjoyable now. The sea, the sun, the blood of your enemies. But I want him, Hook whispered, lips trembling. He always gets away from me, and it's not fair. He took my hand. He took the best of me. Nah, Mr. Smee said, patting him on the back. Not the best of you. Your hook is so useful, ain't it? And shiny? He didn't take nothing away. He gave you a deadly weapon and a boatload of memories, and a souvenir. Let the lad go. You're the bigger man. You're the only actual man, as it were. So maybe it's time you... Where is Peter Pan? Hook roared suddenly, whirling at the shadow, leaving an accusing hook at him. The thing flung itself backward in fear, but did nothing else. It didn't even shrug, which one would assume even an ignorant, badly behaved, atequickless shadow of an unvisibilized simpleton could resort to. Hook's eyes narrowed. Maybe you don't know exactly where he is, but you have some idea. You're part of him. You even act like him. There's some sort of line or force that connects the two of you. Excuse me. If I set you free, you might even fly off yourself in search of him, lonely in your bodiless state. The thing bobbled quickly and wretchedly up and down. It tipped its head toward the small pothole window Let me go. It was obviously pleading. Aha, Hook said triumphantly. You do have some idea. The direction, at least. Now that the two of you are both back in Neverland, you can somehow sense where he is. You couldn't when you were trapped in London. Almost like a compass, Mr. Smee said whimsically, chuckling from the deep within his large belly, always pointing north in a manner of speaking. Always pointing what? Hook blinked. Almost like a compass, you say? He rubbed his chin thoughtfully. Now that, Mr. Smee, is an interesting idea. I think we're going to stop there for the night, you guys, because that next chapter is a doozy. Yeah, that next chapter is a doozy. But we got 2 chapters in tonight. Richard, good evening. We got 2 chapters in tonight. We did. Hi, Dirt Road. Who do we still have? Monty, Beamer, Dirt Road, M, Tiger, Emily, Richard, Alan, Ed, good evening. Hi, Dirt Road. I'm glad you caught up with us tonight. I saw you sneak in. And you know the recording will be up. They always are. I did not read last week. And welcome back. Oh, I need to stretch my legs. Oh, I need to stretchy. That sunburn is a doozy too, though. My face is so warm. Really warm. Finally. Oh, I'm glad you did. And at least you know you have some place to find them. And at least you have some place to find them. I'm glad that you got to join us tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you. Queen Fema. How are you, beautiful? I'm going to end it here in just a little bit. I'm not worried about the 2-hour mark tonight. I'll probably stay live for like 9 more minutes. Because I did a lot of yard work today. I am exhausted and my battery is dying. How are you, beautiful? Jocelyn, good evening, beautiful. But I'm sparkly from my lotion. My extra strength. I know, I realized it. Why do you keep changing your name? Why do you gotta mess with me like that? I'm good. Thank you for the heart, me. Yeah, first sunburn of the season. But like all the lotions. I don't know if this one's got the shinies in it. Simo, good evening. James, you guys just missed story time. We read 2 chapters tonight, you guys. We read 2 chapters tonight. How is everybody tonight? It's okay. You can catch up. The link is in the bio. If you ever miss story time, I do post them to my YouTube channel. I do clip them and post them on my YouTube channel. The link is in the bio. Always. Well, actually, this is the first book that we've done it with. Everyone's always begged and asked me to record and crop or whatever and post it. Yeah. This is the very first book I started posting on YouTube. Everyone had, like, this isn't the first book that we've read on Sundays. We've done a couple other ones, but this was the first one where I finally, like, got the courage to start posting them to YouTube. So if you ever miss story time now, you can catch it on my YouTube channel later in the week. Yes. And actually, hi, Frieden. It was actually Dirt Road and Beamer and Monty. There was a couple of you that kept begging me to do the YouTube page. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my skin happy right now. How are you, Faden? Jocelyn, how are you tonight, beautiful? Is everybody ready for bed now? Everybody calm and relaxed? Anybody fall asleep? Because when I end this, I don't want to drop anyone off in BFE. Never sleep nowadays. Because you always working. Warrior, good evening. I may take the charger. Fell asleep on and off all day. Nice. We just finished our bedtime story. Nice. We just finished our bedtime story. We just finished our bedtime story. We read 2 chapters tonight. Fuck. I hurt. We'll have a good night. You know, insomnia. I'm sorry, Faded. Disney Dreamlight Valley on my Switch. I play that on Xbox. I do. I play that on Xbox. And it is my little space game. That is my little space game. Much love to you, handsome. It's a good game to be obsessed with. And it's a game to where you don't really have to think too hard all the time on it, too. So it's like one of those you just get up and actually play. It's not really, you know, I love it. Good news. We're ahead of schedule and had 2 days off. That's fantastic. Hi, Steffi. You missed story time. Worth the money. Oh yeah, I love Dreamlight Valley. It's a perfect game. Definitely one of those when you're like too medicated, you really don't want to mess with anybody, you really don't want to play with anybody else, but you want a game, but you want to do like that. That's one of my go-to games. So I got dead skin coming off of my hands. Jones, good evening, welcome back. Yes, tank top. The babies are out. I had to let the babies out early tonight. Oh, as I'm dropping shit. I'm not trying to break shit either. Oh, yeah. Especially with you guys picking up with the heat. Especially with you guys picking up with the heat. You guys want me to open up boxes for a little bit? Because it's only 10:20. You guys want me to open up boxes? I feel stupid ending it this early. But you guys know that we're going to probably go, I don't know, 7:20 here. Well, it's 10:20 here, smartass. Meep, meep. Had a little ghost. Actually, let me put you guys on the charger for a second. Because I have that charger, but I can't do that one right now. I need to put you guys over here before I lose you for a second. Because I was going to take you guys outside so I can... Time for story. We already read the story, little ghost. We already read the story. We read 2 chapters. We've been live for an hour and 30 minutes. About opening up a Discord and sermon. DDV. Oh, dinner was good either way. Oh, so you had to go eat dinner? I don't even know how bad my back is. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. I don't know. I don't know. Move, dogs. You're my way. Exactly. Move. At least there's not as bad as last year's. You remember my sunburn from last year? But that sunburn had me down for days. That sunburn had me down for fucking days. Fuck. It seemed like yesterday. First responder 4, good evening.
I'm the first one in the box, motherfuckers.
For once in your life, in a while. It's not 18 plus, though. I forgot to set it tonight.
Oh, why the hell? Get in a box and the
Sending out
volume.
invites.
What the fuck?
I gotta fix my nose ring. I'm not picking my nose. I'm fixing my nose ring. Ready? So don't judge me.
That's what they all say. I'm not picking my nose. I'm doing this.
Because I like being able. Well, see, I've been turning off the thing that you can see that visually see that I'm on, because if I don't turn it, if I turn it off, leave it on, my phone blows up. So I turn off that setting, and now I can actually see who's online because I turned it on tonight.
Right.
Because, my account's in lockdown. Mr. Bright Eyes. What are you playing right now, Binky? I hear it.
Star Wars Online? Star Wars Old Republic Online.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I love Star Wars.
So it's an older game, but Star Wars Old Republic Online, I played it many years ago, but I just started back up because I got a new gaming computer.
I think it started in 2010.
Yeah, something like that. So it's a fairly older game, but
Yep.
I think I started it back in Originally, I started back in 2017
I
playing,
want to
and
see
then
how
I got
this
a
looks
brand
on me
new
now that I've lost
computer.
the weight.
So,
I actually played it in 2018. So
hell yeah. But I got a new PC and shit, and I don't remember my old account's email, or nor can I get into them.
the same.
So I had to
I
start
can't get
all
into
over.
mine either.
Oh my
Like
gosh, oh my god, it
I
fits way
also
better.
play
Oh my god,
Dungeons
Pinky.
Dungeons and Dragons online,
Pinky,
and
it fits
I
better than last
love
year.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Pinky, it fits better than
I
last year.
absolutely love Dungeons and
She's
Dragons
BB-8.
because
BB-8. I love that
She's
BB-8 outfit.
BB-8.
Oh
It
my
fits better
god,
than last year with
BB-8.
weight loss. It fits better than it did last
What are
year.
you doing, fat boy? Don't break my lights, dude. What are you doing?
What, Jake?
you look amazing.
Great. And it has a matching headband. I love this
What you
fucking
doing, my fat boy?
Where's my
I
headband?
I also have like matching headband.
No, but like,
What, big boy?
it does. Hold on. It does.
It's a little BB-8 headband. That's cute.
Ow! Mr. 80 pounds of muscle, stop.
Yes, it does.
Bro,
There, that side.
bro. Hey,
There we go.
relax, dude.
Yes.
It is cute.
Now it's complete. It's better. Oh my god.
I get it. You're 80 pounds of muscle.
I'm excited.
What do you want me to do?
Hi, Chipmunk. Oh, what?
So I also have kidney of the cancer.
What?
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's okay though.
When did you find this out?
Through Hartford Hartford
Excuse me.
That was fucking hot.
through Hartford.
How are you gonna fucking heal yourself, you fucking bitch?
Because it can.
That part.
My dog lays in the worst, most fucking spots. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Chipmunk. Sorry, I was lucky. Also reading volume 1 of the Wicked series. Oh no, I don't remember the name of the new books that I ordered, but yes, no, the new books that I ordered are on their way. Like, I'm excited.
I actually have like 600 books.
Well,
Jeez.
I ordered the next book series that I want to read. I ordered off of the TikTok shop.
I have ordered several books off of the TikTok shop.
These are like Disney smut books.
I love Disney.
Dude, I swear to God, you break my blinds, I'm gonna fuck your world up.
Have you read the Graceling series? No. These ones, hold on, let me see if I can pull it up on my tablet to tell you which ones I got. I wonder if it'll show me on my tablet.
What are you guys doing?
Profile. Orders. Yes. It's the Athena Rose books. I have Fairy Tale Reimagined Collector's Edition bundle signed by the author. I've got Queen
Yep.
Snow, Red Arrow, Beastly Secrets, Pure Snow, Above Sea, Upon a Dream, and Tower of Gold coming. The only one that I was not able to get in that series that is currently sold out was Heart of Glass. So I'm really excited for these books.
I have actually read every single one of those.
Like, I'm excited. It's TikTok's fault.
Apartment number 204.
No, I wouldn't. No, just put 204 on there.
Hi, Steven.
But I wouldn't even worry about this right now until we're ready.
I'm just setting it up, honey.
Where
It's
is it?
probably gonna end up asking you to put something.
I honestly have an affected tooth, so I can't talk very good.
That's completely understandable.
It's
I was
okay.
there a couple. I was there a
It's
couple weeks
okay.
ago.
I try to stay positive.
Brittany, it's okay. I will have it uploaded probably Monday. Give me time this week. My week is so slammed this fucking week, so I will have it up at some point this week. Oh my god, leave it. Oh, it's your bowl. I thought you were licking something else.
It's working its magic.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
What are you telling the hubby not to set up?
Oh, he was looking at see if he can't set an easy tag, and I was like, they might have you put some money on it, so I wouldn't worry about it right now until we get our finances a little bit more straightened out with your new job. But you're not as puffy.
I want to be puffy. I'm sick of buying clothes.
No, he got in an Uber and he's allergic to marijuana, and there was a marijuana smell in it, so he got an allergic reaction. Gave him some Benadryl, and he seems to be getting better.
Leaf, beautiful. Do you want a box?
Baby boy just went to sleep right now. He's home now.
Okay.
Back to stay-at-home mom, except for the weekends.
Hey, it's a slick Vic. Does Vic want to get in my box? I mean, it's been forever. I'm just saying. I can go on and on.
Hey, beautiful people.
Hello, gorgeous. How are you?
I see Matthew.
Well, I mean, thank you for calling me gorgeous. I am pretty sexy. Oh, Jesus. Oh.
I'm sexy.
Anyway. Well, duh. Goddamn, you bet. Shit.
Okay, beautiful.
Why are you so goddamn sunburned? What have we talked about with this melanoma shit?
We're redheads. We have no choice in the matter.
No. No. You don't understand. No, she gets onto my ass in the summer when I fucking tan like a fucking... Yeah, she knows.
Oh, what did you do?
Woman, I swear to God, I'm going to send you one of them giant sombreros.
Well, Matt, if those are an option, I could use one too.
What? No, what's Binky doing?
He's gaming.
Oh, fuck. Goddamn, Binky.
But I had to do...
Yeah, the green screens haven't been working for me either. I don't know why.
Oh, it's not there. That's okay. You want to see my Goodwill find today?
Oh my God. And I had both of those. That's what's weird.
I had both of those, girl.
My Goodwill find today.
Until my mom lost everything.
Speaking of...
Are you okay?
Oh,
my yard. Okay, my yard picture isn't there, but there's a picture of me before I was all hot, sweaty, nasty, doing yard work all day.
Listen, stop turning me on that way, okay?
I was doing yard work. I was being Superwoman today.
I haven't seen Anastasia either.
That's an old one.
That is a real... I've even seen that one.
Let me just say this. If you have ever heard the actual story behind Anastasia, it will scar you for life. Do not hear the actual story.
Fairy tales are that way, Matt.
No. You don't understand. You don't understand.
I haven't. I have not. I don't know.
I've heard it.
It's horrible.
Slam,
it is horrible.
Whatever.
I can really make Bratty go, huh? I've never actually seen Bratty's favorite movie.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, she's so grounded for that one. Hold on, just for that. Like, I love the music from Anastasia.
I do love the music. Oh, you ready? You ready? Watch this. This is Bratty's favorite voice that I do. Anastasia, sir. I kick her, sir, and I give her a ha and a hi-ya and a hoo-ah. And I kick her, sir.
Like me.
Who has not seen Pocahontas? What?
That's an even more fucked up story
Yeah,
behind
no
Pocahontas.
kidding.
My name is Stitch.
If you actually knew the ages, if you actually knew the fucking ages between John Smith and Pocahontas. Just saying.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
We
You
don't.
Benadryl, right?
Yes, honey, I gave you a Benadryl. I promise.
Benadryl will make
Yes.
you sleepy, Mr. Chipmunk.
Huh?
Make you sleep, make you sleep.
I think they want to see your face.
Please do not repeat.
Yes, honey, I did give you a Benadryl. Do you want to take a second one?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No, if I take a second one, I'll be out.
Well, that's kind of the
I
point.
didn't have much of a childhood. This one's my favorite, and actually, Anastasia is my dream cosplay. To be honest, I think if don't fail me now, 'cause you don't deserve
So when are we starting designing the costume?
That is my dream cosplay. I'm not even gonna lie.
Sure you don't want a second one?
I wish this motherfucker would update already. Shit.
What are you trying to get to update? Just a little bit.
Okay. You want some water? Yeah, which is all the way over there. So do you want me to get it for you?
No, I can do it.
Okay. Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
I am wearing clothes. TikTok.
Surprisingly.
Very little, but I am.
Surprisingly.
Everything that needs to be covered is covered.
You sure about that?
I've been having issues. That's why you guys.
Oh, me too, honey. Daddy, I turn my camera off, I get kicked out of the box by
Oh no,
TikTok.
I've got screenshot evidence. Someone was purposely recording me.
Oh, the thing again?
It's like Courts Tuesday.
So much.
Trying to get my iPad to do a software update.
Oh, I need to change the load.
You change what? What load are you taking?
Whoa,
Not that load.
I could be
Ma'am.
if you wanted to.
Miss Ma'am. Hey, listen, this
You
is
are
not the
looking
site
pretty
for that,
fine right
okay?
now.
Listen,
Feel it.
listen.
No, I said I don't feel.
I know you don't. Why don't you take a shower? It might help. You haven't had one for like 2 days.
No, I got Anastasia stuck on the brain.
It
No,
might
it's because
help.
I did the. What's the name? What was the name of that damn bat in that movie?
Put that, actually, everything you are wearing right now, I need you to put in that corner so when I switch the road, I put that immediately in the wash because that smell is going to carry over into whatever you're wearing.
I don't
Yeah, that's
remember.
probably why you're getting worse. Probably.
Remember?
Chipmunk, if you're not going to wash it, bag it.
What?
I've thought about it. She goes, if you're
Hell,
not
I've had some work clothes that, with all the shit that I do with fertilizer and all the chemicals, like I've just had to throw them away.
Yeah, just everything, just throw over there, and I will put it in the wash immediately.
Especially when you have fucking Roundup on your jeans, like there's no.
That's probably what's making you
Oh yeah,
dizzy.
there's
You
no
better
coming
throw
back
that
from
away.
Roundup.
Yeah, you better throw that away.
Yeah. Or
It's
just
getting
keep
close
those for
to that
work
season.
clothes.
Huh?
That song, I sing that song even though I've never seen the movie. Really? Then you need to see the movie. But yes, I love this fucking song too.
Just whatever you do, hold on to the whimsical thing that they have in that movie because you really don't want to hear the actual story of the Romanov.
Let's not
What
be the ones that still have the innocence, Matt.
was that? Was that the Romanovs family that I'm thinking of, Brady?
Yes.
That's the Anastasia?
Yes, the Romanovs.
Yeah, you don't want to hear.
Yeah, do you want me to heat that up for you?
Yeah, just hold on to the end.
Is it
of
still in
this,
the
please.
car?
I swear,
You want me to heat it up for you?
it's horrible.
Okay, I'll do that.
I'm surprised I didn't get yelled at for changing my picture on here.
Well, I know who my leaf is because she's not allowed to change her name.
It got dark.
I warn you when I do.
It's dark in here.
I give you that warning.
Look how pretty.
Oh, it's pretty.
It's very pretty. Saw my grandmother for the first time in like 2 years today. She's in.
Oh my, mine's pissed off at me still.
She's here. She's here for throughout the week, so she might actually come over one day and just chill out with us for a little bit.
Well, mine decided to tell me I needed to grow a pair of balls at Christmas, and I told her to suck my fucking left nut then.
Mine told me my dad wasn't my dad, so I told her I disowned her.
I looked her dead in the face and said, I promise you, you ain't man enough for that argument. I said, this will probably be the last time you ever hear from me. I don't need your fucking opinion in my life or anything. Well, hey, whoa, hey, look at that name. Look at that name that just popped in.
Oh, hey, Disney.
Hey, Disney.
You're good on ribs? Because it's corn and mashed potatoes.
I don't recognize it.
I don't either.
Oh, hey, Disney knows it. Oh, hey, Disney's been following me for a while.
Okay.
Okay, just taking care of you.
As far as I know, I've got everything I can blocked. I know there's a hidden account that I don't remember the name of, so there's at least one. But other than that, I have all accounts blocked at this point. At least the ones I know of. I'm doing everything I have to protect myself at this point.
I saw that name and I was like, wait a minute. You know me, I'm eagle-eyed.
We appreciate you in lives, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm finally feeling better where I can actually fucking interact with people. I have not fucking... I'm like, oh boy, he was talking about having an infected tooth. I felt like shit.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I know how bad those hurt.
Hey, so next time are we gonna go with the big floppy hat, you know, and maybe later. Anyway, and some sunscreen, shithead.
Hi.
Ready?
Yeah, but mine are bigger.
Oh.
That's good. That's because they're sitting on top of your chest.
No, they're not. That's no.
Done.
Yeah, I've got my own. And my
You just have to show up whenever you can, don't you?
Yeah,
No,
he thought he
lost
was gonna be
another
impressive.
couple of
but my
sizes.
I got
then,
guns
haven't
as big
you?
as his, so let's go.
Brady,
I
you've lost
mean-
another couple sizes, haven't you?
I'm not even gonna bother because, quite frankly, I ain't got nothing. I used to.
Can you not remind her of that? Because that makes her extra salty.
What, the fact that she's getting her rock hard body back? I'm proud of her.
That's not what I mean. What?
I like you don't enjoy it.
That bumper.
Yeah.
That bumper of that Mack truck, girl.
It is almost 10 o'clock at night, and I'm still doing things.
It's 10:15.
That's a late night. Hey, Brady. You want to see something?
What?
Just wait. Stand by. Hold on. You ready?
You about to see a pecker?
Nope.
Can't get a horn.
Okay. And make everybody else feel love because I don't do this fucking. Nope, we're not doing that. Okie dokie.
Thank you. Danielle Porting, good evening.
Get Binky's ass back over here.
Ooh, Binky.
Excuse
Motherfucker.
me. Sorry.
Oh, Binky, you're getting electrocuted. Oh no, Leaf sent Matt. He's getting
I already got Pinky earlier.
There's the Nixie. Oh, with the level up. Let's go. Oh. See, I love how it does that. I love how it does that
did you
for
ever
people
get me
now.
an emote going here?
I don't look down there. I don't know if I have or not.
Goofball.
Nobody ever
Did you ever
plays with the emote, so I don't even know what I have because people
Dum
don't
Dum
even
is
play with my
Granny's
emote.
live. She can't see you. I don't have a camera on, Dum Dum.
I don't have my glasses.
Forgive
I
me
know.
for being. Nixie.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Might I see the pretty face?
Unless I'm not.
Baby.
Well,
Hold
I'm
on.
going to give you something. It's nothing weird.
There we go. I got
Hold on. Okay, there. I'm
Hey,
live.
Odin.
I'm live.
What's up?
Odin, welcome back, handsome.
Yeah, and for the chipmunk, we go the same way. What's up?
Oh, what the fuck a level up? Hold on. Where's my
And
where,
with the
okay, where is my
Well, I'm
subs
gonna turn the
to
camera
drop?
on for you,
Where are
Matt.
my subs to drop
Thank
emotes?
you.
what's up?
Where's my
Matt.
What's up?
it calls me what knows where it goes.
Here, I'll do it this way. Here, now you can say hi to the Bratty.
Hi.
Hi. Where were you guys? Cause you missed story time.
I was in the shower.
Tired.
They were doing things.
No.
I was in the shower.
He was in the shower, and I'm getting ready to go to bed because I had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to cover a shift for somebody tomorrow.
Oh,
If I was doing things, you wouldn't even be on the phone.
she sounds so happy about that. Golly.
Story time was at 9, and I even got on 10 minutes early.
I know.
Alive.
I was okay. That part I was kind of watching a movie and dozing in and out, so I didn't
You
realize.
want me to
what
lie
was
to
going
you or
on.
be honest? Because I don't have the attention span to sit there and listen to that.
Nixie.
Look what I found.
Ooh.
Is that an iPhone?
I was watching. You got burned. You red.
I jumped her ass too.
Burn.
She turned into a lobster. Bratty is a lobster.
I was getting all hot and sweaty today.
That's true.
I was hot and sweaty. I looked like I had. They're like, "Oh, let's go to the store." I was like, "Well, I ain't fucking changing." Sitting here with sweat marks. Fuck it. Let's go. I went to fucking Walmart. I went to Tractor Supply. No, actually, I went to Food Line. I went to Food Line and I went to Tractor Supply. No fucks given, and I was true definition. No fucks given. You don't like what I'm wearing, man.
Right.
And actually, this is Walmart.
Hey, as long as it's comfortable, it don't matter where it comes from.
Here's this TikTok or this thing. Let's go.
There's the mannequin.
This tank top is really soft. I keep playing with it because it's really soft, and so are the bottoms.
Her outfit that she got on from Walmart, it's very, very soft.
Very soft. I keep rubbing myself.
Again, I'm not gonna say it.
When I think about you, I touch myself.
You're just rubbing all the wrinkles out of your shirt.
Those firemen, welcome.
Giggity.
Sun shimmering splendor. Thank you for the rose, Dennis. Did you have anything left from your mom? Yeah, definitely keep an eye on their school.
I am good. I got on 10 minutes early tonight. I read 2 chapters, and I was like, I'm not getting off.
What are they gonna do? Tell me now.
Early. And I'm just now almost at my
What book are we on? And then I quit.
When to tell us no or where to go.
Hey, you got some of it strands over here and stuff like that.
Brady, which book are we on now?
We are currently reading.
Thank you, Matt.
We're currently reading What If Wendy First Traveled to Neverland with Captain Hook? Straight on till morning, A Twisted Tale.
Is it really fucking raining right now?
Oh, hush. I do not want to hear the word rain.
Did I miss?
I don't think anybody does right now.
Okay, so
Well,
is
it's
is the first part of that story on YouTube or something that I can
Yes,
go listen?
all of it is. All of it.
Because-
Yeah, I gotta
The
read
first
caught
book I
up.
posted on YouTube.
Okay, because I was gonna say because from this, not today, but next Sunday, I will be permanently on bed rest and stuff, so I'll be able to be here for all the readings.
Okay.
Wait, for
Yes.
what? Wait, huh?
She's having her weight loss surgery.
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
I apologize for being an inattentive friend because I don't fucking remember shit anymore.
No, you're good.
She's been MIA. I get the updates. That's my boo thing.
Bro, listen, I was close to getting sepsis, okay?
Yeah, no, I'm getting the weight loss surgery done on the 15th due to my doctor saying it'll take the stress that's off my back and it will hopefully help my heart not work twice as much. So,
Well, I tell you what, my mama had that done, and my mama's 5'2", and she weighed almost 500 pounds. And with her, it got to the point to where she couldn't hardly move. And when mama had that done, her body is now healing itself, but like it's a lot easier on her. She's still got to have a knee replacement and such,
yeah.
but like it's a lot better on her body. And they're talking about me doing it. I said, well, if I did it, you'd probably see the muscle that's hiding under all of this.
Nixie, you can do it.
Well, I know. I got all kinds of support with you guys and everything, so.
Okay.
Yep.
You can do it. I can do it. You can do it. But you're gorgeous still, no matter
Absolutely.
what. I don't even remember
That's
being
what I was gonna say.
like it's literally like when I look back at this picture at my biggest, I don't remember being that big. It was like it's because the confidence was there. I didn't I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So you've got this.
When I tell her,
Even now, I'm just like, where's that person? Because that's a long memory ago. Like,
Right.
Just as always, I'm going to say this, and I've told Brady this, no matter what, you are always perfect just the way you are.
and Matt met me when I was that big. Binky halfway through my journey. Chipmunk, I think he remembers me at my biggest. So, we brought Declan home.
I was calling you, but I wasn't like friends with you. And then like we started talking when the dogs happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to
Daniel.
Yeah, it expired in a week.
Breathe for a second, woman. Shit.
Wrong pipe.
Damn it.
Oh, why did you have to make another? Why did you have to make another account? Detestation, why did you have to make a new account? Just a reminder, you're always in that. I love your face. Why'd you have to make a new account? What'd you do? Detestation, what did you do? Because you're not darkness, you'll always be detestation. But anyway, big man twist, good evening.
you. Be up too late.
So I have 28. How do people keep up with that many? I can't. Angelina Bauer, good evening. How are you, big man?
I just gave away 2 accounts.
How many do you have?
I had 7,
Good question.
but 3 were taken away by TikTok, and I gave 2 away.
I don't know how people can keep up with that many fucking accounts.
And then once the company goes legit, there'll be another account.
I'm about to go outside and do something TikTok doesn't like. I'm tired, but I wanted to love. Well, I appreciate you. It's okay because I'm about to get off of here anyways because it's been 2 hours and 3 minutes. I stayed on longer than I was going to tonight, and I need to go medicate. So I can call the Discord call, and if anyone wants to come sesh with me, you know what it is.
I don't even think I have.
I just wanted to show some love.
Steve, you're not in the Discord?
No, I deleted it a while ago and I haven't downloaded it back.
Well,
you know, kind of everything that's been going on, so.
Okay. Good night, big man.
Good night, amazing people.
Good night. I love you all.
Good night. I wanted to show y'all some love.
No, I appreciate you.
appreciate
I'm
you.
glad you're feeling better. I love your face.